Start video. There it is.
All right, there you are. Hey,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
So get a better angle.
Better
Daddy, you hold it up a little bit.
hold it up a little bit.
All right, that's good. See, look how much better that is. Okay, listen. Guess what?
I don't know.
I'm recording this.
No.
Just let me record it for a
You'll have
minute.
to edit that. Okay.
Well, it's kind of
All
funny.
right. Go ahead.
Well, all right. I just called you to ask you if you're in the army because I remember you were, but
Yeah.
you never talk about it. So, and they had that 250th parade. What was that? The anniversary of the army?
Army. Yeah. The Army was 250 years ago. This country formed the Army. In other words,
Okay.
they formed the National Army that fought the British, I guess, 250 years ago. I don't know the dates well enough.
All right. So, and
Yeah.
you know
75. Okay. Yeah.
and have you
1775.
read about that parade, how it was like a flop?
Yeah. No, they didn't have very many people turn out, and it was a mess because it wasn't well organized.
Well, okay. So there was something I read last night because, well, I was reading people's account of who were there. They were like writing and saying this is what happened, and they had little videos,
Yeah.
just to hear what it was like. Um, and a couple of people were like, what is the deal? Like, there were some funny memes like comparing it to that North Korean dictator, how they want these like really rigid. One guy got up there and he was like, okay, well, this is what it was like. They had like Van Halen, AC/DC music, but it was weird because it wasn't their music because Trump didn't get the rights to those music. And then they was like, and the army guys weren't even marching in sync. And he was like, I mean, at least it could have been marching in sync and doing all, something. Um, did you know about that? Basically,
I'd read a
people are saying
tiny
the
bit about it,
army
but I
doesn't
didn't.
even know how to march anymore.
Well, no, they know how to march, but they probably had their commanders tell them it's not critical that you stay in step, just stay in line so that we don't look like we're total idiots out here. That's probably what happens. I mean, it happens a lot of times when the
What?
commanders don't really agree with the next guy's level above, and he wants to do something to make his authority
Wait a
higher.
minute. That's exactly what I read last night.
Yeah.
I was reading all these veterans, and they're like,
Oh.
these
They,
guys know how to march.
yeah. Yeah.
They're like, somebody from above them told them not to.
Yeah.
These guys were saying this was a silent protest.
Well, that's how you do it. In the army, you can't open your mouth unless you've got something that's legal to say or commanding to say. Otherwise, you keep your mouth shut because you get in trouble all the time.
So you just already knew. All I had to say was they were not marching in sync.
Yeah, I figured they would do something like that. I didn't read that part, but that's pretty funny. You can
I
almost
know.
bet they're going to do something like that. They don't really get in trouble if they're out of sync. I mean, they're gonna have to go out and do some marching the next day where the guys are in perfect sync, but that's it. It's over in 30 minutes. They screw up, or if they do it
But
intentionally.
these guys on the veterans were like, there's like an easy way to get people back in sync. Like it could have been like that,
Yep.
like there's some.
That,
And so
yeah.
they
Their
purposely,
sergeants will do it.
but they had orders from someone within, like it's a,
Eh, they probably had like, we're not going to punish you if you get out of sync. That was. It's not really an order. It's just we recognize that you may not want to do this. And a lot of those guys probably didn't want to be out there. I mean, it's Father's Day. Why the heck would they want to go out? Father's Day weekend. Why would
um,
they want to go out there and do that? They'd
that's
rather be home with their family.
true. Yeah, that's ridiculous. A lot of
Yeah.
them dads, and they had to probably fly in and stuff.
Yeah, they did. They were missing Father's Day.
That's
So
sad.
that made a lot of them a little bit ticked off, probably. And they don't want to do anything. They already got enough issues with crazy, what's his name, the head of the Pentagon doing stuff and getting people, firing people just because they look at him funny. He's a, that guy's terrible. I cannot believe he's running our military.
Well,
He's
hopefully there's
awful.
people inside that I'm
Well,
a,
they fired all the ones that would stop anything, that would say, "Hey, this is not right. We can't do this." So they just fire them. They kicked them out of the military, which was really bad because they were all brilliant guys that had worked their way up through the military, and it's probably made a whole lot of people underneath them really mad. And so they're trying to do what they can
they're just
to
doing
show their displeasure.
right. Well, wait, let me just because I might put this up online.
Okay, I don't care.
Um, I
Doesn't
know.
mean anything to me.
So let
Send it
me,
to my
but
brother.
we
He
can
doesn't
tell,
believe it.
but let me just ask you this so people know a little bit. So you used to be a Republican, right?